Hello students, welcome back to our biology video class. In previous class, we start to study about nutrition in chapter 10. Today, we are continue the chapter with the major classes of nutrients. We know that nutrition is the process by which we are getting important chemical components that essential for the growth and development of our body. As we already know, the nutrients are mainly classified into 6 categories. The first one is known as carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are mainly made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. In carbohydrates, hydrogen and oxygen is available in a ratio of 2:1. When we go through the example of glucose molecule, we can see that glucose molecule is made up of 6 molecules of carbon, 12 molecules of hydrogen and 6 molecules of oxygen. Carbohydrates are mainly energy giving food items. When we are consuming carbohydrate rich food items, we will get energy for doing various metabolic and non-metabolic activities in our body. By the oxidative breakdown of glucose that present in carbohydrates, we will get energy. Carbohydrates are mainly divided into 3 categories: monosaccharides, disaccharides and polysaccharides. That is based on the number of glucose molecules available in each type of sugar. The first category is known as monosaccharides. Mono means one. That means monosaccharides contain only a single sugar molecule, and these monosaccharides are generally directly absorbed into the blood without any digestion. The main examples of monosaccharides are glucose, that is commonly available in our blood, then fructose, that is present in the fruits, and galactose, that is mainly available from the milk. When we come to disaccharides, they are made up of 2 glucose molecules or sugar molecules joined together. They are also known as double sugar. The common sugar, we call it as chini, that we are using in our daily life. They are an example for disaccharides or double sugar. Sucrose is the name given for the commercial sugar or chini what we are using in our coffee, tea and other drinks. Okay. Now, sucrose is made up of 2 molecules of sugar, 1 glucose molecule and 1 fructose molecule. It is mainly obtained from cane sugar and also from beetroot. The second example for disaccharide is maltose. It is prepared by 2 glucose molecule together. And the third example is lactose, that is coming from milk sugar made up of glucose and galactose. Now we are moving to polysaccharides. Polysaccharides are the complex type of carbohydrates. They are needed strong digestion, then only they are able to absorb into our body. Among them, starch and glycogen are absorbed into our body after digestion. But the third example, cellulose, it is present in plant fibers, and cellulose is not able to digest it in our body and absorb into our blood. The chemical formula for polysaccharides are given here: 6 carbon molecules, H oxygen molecules and 5 oxygen molecules according to the requirement, C6H10O5. That is the common chemical formula for the polysaccharides. Now we are moving to roughage. What are roughage? Actually, roughage is a plant fiber what we are obtaining from plant food products, and this roughage is made up of mainly cellulose, and it is undigestible in our digestive system. But the presence of roughage is very essential for the proper functioning of our digestive system. It will help in absorption of water from the digested food materials, and also it will help in the proper bowel movements. For elimination of waste materials from our digestive system, this roughage is very essential. It prevents constipation and help in the proper movement of solid waste materials from the body to outer surroundings. Now we are moving to fat. Fat also an energy giving food item. They are mainly made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. One speciality of fat is that they are providing double amount of energy when compared with carbohydrates. But their extra availability in the body will leading to obesity and extra body weight, that leading to several health problems. That's why we must control and reduce the use of fat and fat rich food items. They are commonly available in butter, cream, vegetable oil, fat of meat and fish liver, etc. After the digestion of fat, it is absorbed into the blood by the help of in the form of fatty acid and glycerol. What are the main functions of fat in our body? Fat produces energy in the body like carbohydrate. It is an important storage form of food. The extra food in our body will converted into fat and deposited or stored just below the skin in adipose tissues. It serves as a solvent for fat soluble vitamins. Vitamins are of two types, fat soluble and water soluble, and fat soluble vitamins are stored in fat. Mainly vitamin A, D, E and K are fat soluble vitamins. Fat under the skin protect the body against loss of heat, especially during the winter season. As we already know that the animals which live in polar regions, they are having a large quantity of fat deposition in their body, and this fat deposition help them to reduce or avoid the loss of heat from their body. Now we are moving to proteins. Proteins are the building materials of our body. Our body cells, body fluids and all the main parts of the body are made up of proteins. It helps in the cell division and cell growth and cell repairing and replacement. Proteins are mainly obtained from two sources, animal sources and plant sources. The protein that obtained from animal are highly essential for the growth and development of our body. Proteins are digested in our body and stored into the blood in the form of amino acids. Near about 14 types of amino acids combine together in different combination to produce 100 varieties of protein in our body. And all these proteins are used in various developmental activities in our body. Okay. Now, what are the major functions of the body protein in our body? They provide chemical material for the growths and also repair of the body cells and tissues. Sometimes when shortage is there, the protein is converted into glucose and utilizing for the production of energy. The major animal sources of proteins are milk, meat, egg and fish. The main sources of plant proteins are soybean, pulses and different types of green leafy vegetables. Due to the deficiency of protein, young babies are suffering from a disease that is known as kwashiorkor. The major reason for the kwashiorkor disease is due to sudden stoppage of breastfeeding by the baby mother to the young ones. Because as we know, the major source of food for the newborn babies are their mother's milk. Due to some reasons, when mother stopped the feeding of their baby, they lost the protein content in their food and that leading to kwashiorkor disease. The major symptoms of kwashiorkor disease are given there. Mainly underweight, that means the body of the babies are not having a required weight. Belly protruded out, skin getting dark and scaly, stunted growth, loss of appetite. Appetite means no interest in taking food, repeated diarrhea, enlarged liver and anemia, then swelling or edema on the feet and other parts of the body. All these are some of the common symptoms of kwashiorkor. How we can have to control this kwashiorkor? The only method of treating kwashiorkor is to give a proper amount of protein rich food to the newborn babies. If they are having enough protein rich food, they may free of kwashiorkor disease. One more topic we want to study today, that is marasmus. Marasmus also a deficiency disease, but that deficiency disease of carbohydrates. If the young baby is up to the age of 1 year, if they are not getting enough amount of carbohydrate rich food in their diet, they may suffering from marasmus. Marasmus is mainly a deficiency of carbohydrates, fat and proteins. Poor in energy giving foods like carbohydrate is the main reason for marasmus. What are the main symptoms of marasmus? Less body weight, degeneration of resulting in very weak muscles and skin become loosely folded, thin face, thinning of limbs, retarded physical and mental growths, and the ribs appearing prominent. The children suffering from marasmus, they are very thin and weak. We can able to find out each and every bones in their skeleton just below the skin. They are all visible, very clear, because of this very thin and weak body. Difference between kwashiorkor and marasmus is an important point to study for your examinations. Dear students, please read this topic what we cover today 2-3 times and underline the main points. Have a nice day. Thank you.